Hello. Welcome to a Fiberific live crafting chat. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. You guys know the drill that have been here for a while. It's been a intense few weeks is probably the best way to describe the last couple of weeks for me. We started off with a very relaxing family holiday, which I'm probably extra relieved. I'm going to go with extra relieved that we went on before the Big Woolshow. It was one of those events that I nearly I did not prepare well enough for. I feel that the big, like for those of you that don't know, this last weekend just gone, it was Friday through to Monday, we had what was called the Big Woolshow. It was a virtual craft fair or like sheep and wool event. So in Australia, this weekend would normally have been the Australian Sheep and Wool Show that's held in Bendigo. They were unable to run that event, obviously, for usual reasons at the moment. And so the amazing Danielle from Raxor Yarns decided, you know what, that doesn't mean we can't do nothing. So she put together this amazing event and it was so fun. Now there'll probably be a couple of new faces maybe into the chat as it was, I've noticed a few extra subscribers since the Sheep and Wool Show. I did something a bit crazy over that event. I live streamed on the Big Wool Show channel 4 hours a day for 4 days. I basically drank myself out of my T2 licorice legs tea. I have enough for today, so I have to go shopping. So I'm just going to have a quick look in the chat here. Good morning to everybody who joined in live and hello to all of you watching the replay. We've got lots of people chatting here. We've got Pip and Poppycock. Hello. Lisa Lenton. We've got Spanner Chick who has got the moderator wrench today going. I'm not sure if any of the other mods are in yet. Lindsay says, I think they only monetize the first 30 seconds. Yeah, so you don't need to watch those of you that has working out the ads. To support the creators that you watch, if you skip that ad the second that 5 seconds to skip and then skip, basically the creator you are watching does not get paid by YouTube. So you need to watch the first sort of 10 to 15 seconds at least of that ad if you want to support the creator that you're watching. If you have like a premium account, you don't get served ads. There's a different way that we get paid for that. Jackie Doyle is here, but she is in the wrench situation as well, but she cannot hang out today. She's working because it is a work day here. It is a Thursday. You can get Jackie a thermos while you're there. Jackie, if you need a thermos, message me. I've got an order going out to you soon. Okay, Heidi Ross, welcome. Able to be here for a change. That is awesome. Oh no, shopping. Yeah, it's a bit like that. I kind of hate real person shopping. And Spanachik is right. If you are a Fiberific Patreon, that is, if you jump over and support my channel over on Patreon by paying a monthly amount, feel free to skip the ads. It is one of those options and it's listed there because the $1 or $2 or $5 a month that you kindly give to Fiberific over there is well and truly covers your ad skipping that you can do. So yeah, hey Lauren Miller, welcome to the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down to our hands view today. Actually, I've just realized that's my camera, so here we go, everybody. This became a bit of a joke over the weekend. So we've got face cam happening. It's on its way back, so bear with me. Yeah. Here it comes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm powered by T2 Licorice Legs Tea today. Not a sponsor. T2, hook me up. It is good. So guys watching in the chat, do you guys want me to start making stitch markers straight away, or did you want me to open up my first parcel that I've received? This one's from the Fiber Art Shed. I think it's my fiber babies. So let me know in the chat if you want me to make stitch markers or if you want me to open my parcel. Like I says, it'd end up being cheaper for you if you're American because they charge in US dollars. Absolutely. Patreon charges in US dollars, hands down. Unboxing, squishy mail. Yeah, absolutely squishy mail. I have to confess, I may have purchased a few things over the Big Woolshow weekend, and I wanted to support the other Australian businesses that jumped in and had fun. So there may be a few bits of squishy mail on their way to me. We may have squishy mail photos hitting my Instagram feed. If you don't follow Fiberific on Instagram, make sure you do. Pretty pleased with Crispies. I tend to prattle even more there than I do here. Here I talk more. Over there I'm just like picture, like, you know, here's more pictures, look at this thing. Game Widow says my fleece is coming today. Vampires, my brain just totally blanked on your name. I know I used to pronounce it right. Oh my God, need to know what's in that parcel. Open the parcel. Well, I mean, I'm thinking maybe I should open the parcel, maybe. I mean, did I bring scissors home? I mean, that would pretty much decide it for me, wouldn't it? All right, I'm just going to move some tea out of the way. And I've got scissors. I just have to be careful. I've got all the stitch markers all down and ready. Heidi says, I ended up buying from 9 vendors. Oh my gosh, Heidi, that is awesome. You did so well. A lot of the vendors did really well, offering like special deals or free postage or cheap postage or like all sorts of things. There were so many prizes that were available. Jackie's saying, I didn't win the Cocoa Knits pack from Skein Sisters. I'm sorry, Jackie. That was an awesome prize as well. Yes, parcel. Stop being a year. A tease. Oh, a tease. Sorry. I get sidetracked. I've got like all these shiny things in front of me. Shiny, shiny. All right, come on. Let's just do it. I've just got to roll back a bit. Just making sure that you guys can't see my address. I mean, not that some of you don't already know where I live. All right, in here, put the scissors down. I've got this and this. I had a little note on here as well, just letting me know they enjoyed chatting at the Bendigo thing. All right, so in here, I've got 2. Oh no, I left some baby behind. Oh no, poking in there. It is so soft. These are the fiber babies. Well, I mean, I call them fiber babies. This is 200 grams of what Fiber Art Shed are calling fast fiber for slow craft. It is so soft. It's woolen roving, and it is amazing. So it is, fast fiber is Fiber Art Shed traceable. That means that we know exactly which farm this fiber came from. So we've got a batch and a date, and also $5 from each of these was donated to Yeren, which is a oh, my brain totally blanked out. Google yeren.org.au. That'll give you more information. Or better yet, go to fiberartshed.com.au. But this is amazing. I was expecting it to be soft, but I can't wait to spin it. Actually, look, because I broke a bit, it's so clean and so open. What I might do is drop to our hands down camera. I did set it up for a white background. I don't know how it's going to cope with with this, but let's see. No, it can't really cope, but that's the labeling. And sorry about my nails, guys. I've been dyeing all week, so I've covered in dye. I've I've tried scrubbing it out with nail brushes and stuff. It's getting there. So there's still just little tiny bits of VM, but it's so clean and that'll just flick out when I spin it. That'll be beautiful. Let me just have a quick look. My phone is always drunk. I hope you live at home. I do. I know which sheep my fleece came from. That's awesome. I want to see a photo of the sheep too. No, I don't know which sheep these come from. I just know which area they come from. Glamour photo with the floral reef and soft photo. You're a dag. It should have a name. Your wool came from Bob the sheep. Okay, so these guys won't, but if you order from, say, like some of the other farms, they will, because this is like, there's a batch from this farm that all went together, so it's a blend. So I've got that one. So this is the dark cream colorway that they've called it. I'm just going to see if the note on the other one is any different. I don't think it will be. I think they'll be pretty well the same. Let me in. Oh, why is the other one so much easier to get into? Okay. Central Coast, New South Wales. Batch and date. Batch 6, date 2020. Yep, the same batches. Yeah, so they've come up the same run. So that is awesome. So I'm tossing up whether or not I should dye this or keep it in its natural colour. Dyeing fibre is something that I get a bit stressed about. I worry it's going to be ruined. And look, seriously, that's a lot of fibre. That's a lot of fibre. I don't know. Maybe I won't dye it. I don't know. I'm just going to pop these big betters down here. There you go, big babies. All right. Wow, the camera can't cope with changing from brown to white, can it? Let me see if I can fix this up a bit for us. Oh, no, it's all right. It's okay. We'll just check here. Alrighty. I'm just going to have a quick look in the chat here. I'd love to learn how to spin. Spinning is fun. It's one of those, it's like crochet knitting in that when you're very first learning, it's a bit like intense and a bit crazy. But once you sort of lean back and get into it, it's totally relaxing. I've actually dozed off while spinning. Jackie, I agree with you actually. It's very pretty colour. I don't know if I want to cover it up. Lindsay's saying, I did finally order a spindle, now the long wait for it to arrive, so I have time to get my hands on some fibre. Absolutely. That right there was a natural colour fibre. That's right. That's what it was, its natural colour. Lisa says, I will have to ask for a spinning wheel for Christmas next year. Allegra says, learning to spin is so frustrating, but once you know what your hands are doing, it's all good. It really is. It really is. Okay, so I'm going to get started here because then I can just continue on chatting. But what I'm doing here is over the weekend, I listed for the first time the 2020 rainbow sock kit. So if any of you have watched my rainbow sock tutorials here on YouTube, there's a playlist basically teaching you from cast on to finishing off with your graft on your toe. Of a really beautiful sock designed by Michaela Richter. It's a free pattern over on Ravelry. It's called Rainbow Sock. But basically, this was the 1998 version. No, not 1998. What am I saying? 2018. Oh my God. The 2018 rainbow. And I really did like this rainbow a lot. And so I have just done a variation on this rainbow. Some of the colors are a little different. Some of them are just straight out different, but it's these kinds of colors. And the kit is the same kit as such. It is 14 5-gram minis, 50 grams of your contrasting grey. You also get a set of 1, 2, 3, 4 markers and a couple of blinglets in size small, all in the package. And it's just one of those really cool things. So I released it with the yarn dyed, but not everything sort of all packed together, thinking I'll have plenty of time in the afternoons to put all the things together. Only for me to realise that when I live stream straight for 4 hours, I'm shattered after that, and I just sort of sit on the couch like a big old zombie and don't do much of anything after that. Like, to the point where I think my husband was actually just a little bit worried. Heidi Ross says, I can't wait for my rainbow sock kit to come to me. All the yarn is dry now. I'm just scanning the minis, and I've got to twist up the greys. They're all dry. So everything is ready except for these stitch markers. So I do have some done up, but turns out not enough. It was this, the release was a dash more popular than I was anticipating, and I had to re-dye the rainbow again. So that was another 14 skeins of yarn that had to go through the dye pots yesterday, which was fun. Yeah. 4 hours is a lot of talking. Look, it really is, Allegra. I'm pretty well versed in the old 90 minutes. It's my comfort zone, I think. And you know, to be fair, I wasn't talking that whole 4 hours. I had guests, so I was sort of asking questions and chatting and, you know, interacting with real humans, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I believe all the videos have been put down. It was for the weekend of the event only, so I don't know if there's any way for you guys to see any of them after the fact. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm not in charge. I was just like helping out. So I've got it, you know, powers that be. So these are stitch markers. Kathy Byer just signed up for Patreon. Kathy, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing that. So this Fiberific YouTube channel is probably one of my more fun parts of Fiberific, the business. And the actual business covers the cost, if that makes sense. So whenever any of you jump in and help out, I had a drama happen this morning, which, because of you Patreon members, it's not going to be as big a drama as I thought. But my very good Brio webcam will not connect, and so I'm back to the old dodgy one. So if it glitches out, I'm so sorry, but at least it connected, because the Brio wouldn't connect. So I've got to do some troubleshooting and find out what the go is. I've tried different cords, I've tried different software, and it just will not. It goes, you know, when you plug in a cord into your computer and it makes a noise, dun, 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 tells you when it's there and it tells you when it's disconnected, but other than that, you can't see anything. So it's very frustrating, but because we have these amazing Patreon members, it means I have a little pool of money that I can use just for Fiberific YouTube. So just for getting cameras and lights and microphones and all those sorts of things, because they don't last forever. So they do wear out and they do need replacing every now and again. I just thought the Brio would last a bit longer. I've got to double check. I don't know if it's 1 year or 2 years old. Yeah, no ads. Maybe I should tell Chantel to use it for a new coffee brewer. Oh, I've got news. I've got news on the coffee brewer front. I need to just go to the shop and buy one. My husband is like, you're getting it for your birthday, so go and pick one. So now I've just got to get the time to go and test some out. Yes, I'm so excited. Coffee is coming. I mean, admittedly, for during live streams, we tend to drink the licorice legs tea. But that's just because it coats my throat and makes it so my voice can last through a whole live stream. So yeah, that's why I do that. But to be able to start the day with a good coffee again, swoon worthy. If she can do 4 hours, I'm sure 2 hours would be easy peasy. You really are pushing that 2 hours, aren't you? 2 hour stream would be perfect. You guys are the worst. What if she gets a new coffee thing? She needs a face cam that don't cut out whenever. Like that, look, I agree with you, Freaky Geek, but that is quite a, that's going to be quite a, it's going to be the same sort of money as a coffee machine, to be honest. And isn't it fun? Don't you guys like telling me when my face cam is out? Like, I mean, someone's been buying the face cam coffee mugs over on Redbubble. So, you know, it can't be the worst. The coffee machine would have to be a family purchase, otherwise Tim wouldn't be allowed to use it. Who aren't you nagging? Just out of curiosity, Rebecca, I didn't see anything else. It's good not to nag. I mean, I nag all the time. You guys are used to that by now though, right? You're all used to it? Where are we? 2 hours. Spanner chick. You're a shocker. An absolute shocker. Although, you know, I don't know. I'll think about it. I might run a survey somewhere or a poll or something. So keep an eye out for a poll. I mean, I know what the result's going to be. The result's going to be Chantel do 2 hours. And I'll have a little internal sob and then I'll go from there. Listening to the patrons. Yes, I'm also working on videos for next week that I'll be pre-recording. So patrons, watch out. You get first access to the pre-recorded videos as well. Jackie's reminding everybody not to forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, Jackie. Absolutely. Those of you that have been here before, you know the drill. But when you hit those thumbs up buttons and when you comment in the chat, YouTube thinks that you're enjoying it. And they actually share it with other Fiberific channel subscribers. Just because you're a subscriber on a channel does not actually guarantee that you will be notified when the channel is live. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It really is. Oh, Rebecca says that 1.5 hours is enough. Oh, there you go. There's the actual sock was the old color range. The new colors are slightly different. They are. Yeah. Sorry. Do you know when you have that feeling like someone's walking on your back? Yeah. Like, well, not someone, something. I felt like I had bug walking on me, so my whole skin's just going jingle. Oh, now. Oh, gosh. We'd have to have a guest to fill in for the extra time. I only see 2 examples of on the listing, but there are 3 options. I'll have to have a look. I need to do some fresh photos. So what happened was I decided very last minute to do the new sock kit. And since the last sock kit, which was using sunflower sock yarn, I've had to rejiggle my dyes. The new sock base that I use takes the dye differently. And so I couldn't get the same greys that I could have before. So we've got, I mean, if I had have thought, I mean, I can do a be right back and run inside and grab a bit of everything for everybody if you want me to go and grab a sock kit out of the house. Let me know if you want me to do that. One grey, not photo. Yes, koala was one of the ones I didn't think I had in stock to take photos of. Turns out I did. I've got 3 of them and I didn't realise it. They were listed on the website, but for some reason I thought I didn't have any. I don't know. I think you need butt face mugs. I think you're right, Deb, but I don't know what art I'd put on them to keep them, you know, PG. If you're wondering what Deb's talking about, guys, if you're new here, I may use butt face very, very frequently as a description of things that irk and ire me. I will even volunteer to mod from your place every week so I can help you find more things to talk about. Oh my gosh, Kim. I will give it some serious consideration. Up to now, I honestly didn't think I would be able to pull off a 2-hour stream, honestly, like on my own. I honestly didn't think it would be doable, but, well, now I know it is. So, I mean, my excuses are, is that burnished? I'll check it later. It looks like it might be burnished. Yes, please. Me and Lindsay are itching. All right. Okay. Hang on a second. I'll run inside. Just let me finish this one. Just give me a few minutes, okay, guys? So it's going to take me a little second to get everything together. All right. I may be propagating around the fiber. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Hang on a second. I'm going to pop my Be Right Back screen on. Keep the chat rolling. If anyone new comes in, let them know what's going on, okay? I'm back. A bit puffed. Sorry guys, just having a quick read of the chat. I'm lost on the butt face thing. That's all right, freaky geek. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's yes, it's our insult of choice. Good description, Kim. Good description. This is Fiberific, not actually swearing. That's exactly right. That's right. Okay. Oh, no. All right. I ran inside. I'm puffy. Sorry about that. Hang on. Hands down camera. There we go. I mean, this camera blows out the color. This is why this camera got relegated to backup camera. But we have our 14 mini skeins in, you know, all the different colors. We've got some beautiful blues and greens and reds. We went a bit more gentle with the greens and yellow, and we added more pinks and peachy pinks and things like that. And rather than going straight oranges, I went a bit more apricot-y. Everything's a little bit different than the other sock. Okay, so the colors, you can see those on the website. They're fine. It's the greys that aren't on the website properly. So these are the colors. If you want to see these, the other thing that's going to be happening is these colors, once I get more yarn in, because I'm literally currently out 100% out of stock. It's on its way. It's shipping within Australia, so it'll be here soon. But I'm currently out of this sock base, other than all the sock kits that I currently have listed. Plus, I think I've got room for about 10 more orders before I'm 100% out of yarn. So that's the rainbow. These are the 3 greys, okay? So we've got Grizzle. Okay, so there's Grizzle. Then we've got Koala, and then we've got Mist. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys over and try not to mix up the stitch markers too much. And then I'm going to do this. We'll lay the rainbow back over the grey so you can see it a bit better. But this camera is doing no justice. It's very frustrating for me because there's so many amazing colours. So they're the 3 colours, but I need to get some good photos of everything. I actually need to make a new pair of socks in the new colours because they do not match. So we don't have that pink or that colour. We moved away from the sort of the warmer green and went with the brighter green. Although the camera makes it look the same, it's definitely not the same. The greens are different. The pinks are different. The oranges are actually, do you know what? All the colours are different. They're all different. And yeah. Look, and do you know why I give everybody options on the greys? It's because I can't choose. I like all 3 greys. And they all work really well, and it's frustrating, so I make you choose. So yeah, you should make Die Wench knit a new pair. Her mum was also after a pair, I think. Oh, good to know. Yeah, look, the good mid grey is a nice grey to go with, the koala. That's lovely. But the actual darker grey also really like accentuates the rainbow more, which is great as well. It's tough. It's tough. Whereas the mist tends to blend the colours together better. I don't know. Anyway, that's the rainbow sock kit. And then you also get, in your kit, you get your 50 grams of grey. Just making sure I'm not knocking all things off the bench here. 50 grams of your grey and your 5 grams each of 14 colours. So you get a total of 120 grams for your kit. So it is definitely enough to make a good sized pair of socks. Heidi says it's going to be such fun to knit up. I think it's going to be great. I really do. I think it's going to be heaps of fun. I should keep going with this, otherwise there's just going to be none of these ready. So has anyone got any questions about the Big Wool Show or about the sock kits or about anything in general yarn related that you think I might be able to help with? Make sure they go into the chat. If you're watching a replay, again, just please remember to pop a comment in down below. I try to answer all the comments as best I can. I know that not everybody can get in here for the live chats, and I do try to make it fun for everybody. Where are we? What size needles? Now that's going to really depend on how you knit, but anywhere from sort of a 2mm to a 3mm needle. I'm a bit of a 2.25 user personally, but it really comes down to personal preference and what gauge you knit. Can we do a knit along in the fun zone? We could totally do a knit along in the fun zone. I mean, I've got to make a pair, so we can definitely do that. I can wait and hold on till everyone's got their kits. Definitely. I think some uses 3.75mm for yarn. Look, some people do. It really comes down to, I like a firmish sock. I find they wear better, having the stitches a bit firmer than having them a bit softer. Having them softer makes them feel amazing, but they don't last as well and they go weird. Spanichick says that the 2.5 is recommended for the pattern. There you go. And because I am a bit of a loose knitter, I tend to go down a needle size or two, because I noticed when I started continental knitting versus throwing, I had to change my needle size quite dramatically. But I love continental knitting. So, and for those of you as well, like if you're nervous about knitting a sock, check out the YouTube playlist I've got for knitting these rainbow socks. When we first released the original kit 2 years ago, I did a step-by-step tutorial on how to do everything. So those videos are already there. If you've got any questions, you can either throw them in there or you can put them into the fun zone. If anyone doesn't know what the fun zone is, I don't try to spread myself too thin on purpose. But we have the Fiberific Facebook page, which is a bit more businessy. And then we have the fun zone, which is the fun zone. And that's a group page, so lots of people can chat and talk. Now, I try to be pretty open with what people do in there. I don't make any rules about you must be using Fiberific yarn or anything to post the photos. Whoops, here comes the face cam. Here it comes, freaky. I know how much it annoys you. So yeah, I really got to look into a Canon camera because all my glass is Canon, so I'm sticking with Canon for now. Unless, you know, I could get some sort of cool deal on a Sony. But anyway, a Canon camera that doesn't do that would be really nice. I'd really appreciate it because, look, it does get frustrating, honestly, especially if we are recording for a long time. It doesn't do it when I'm just doing like normal videos, but it does do it here because it thinks it's not really doing anything and it goes to sleep. Stacey says she could knit a sample for me. Oh, Stacey. I'm tempted, sorely tempted, but I desperately want to make one myself. So, but I will keep that in my mind just in case I cannot. Because sometimes I run out of time. I have all these grand plans of things I'm gonna do, and then it's just like, oh, well, that needed to be done 25 years ago, Chantel. You're only about 11 billion days late on that one. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, so have any of the mods dropped a link to the fun zone so anybody who wants to join in can. I got your message, guys, and you can absolutely do that. I'll ship it to one of you and then you guys can sort it out on your end. So yeah, there we go. I'm just onto the last number 1 for now. I think there's about like 50 in each of these batches, like of these, not of the sock things. So that I've got all these. Okay, this is a legit, like this is. I am pretty well a hoarder, right? And if something comes in cool packaging, I keep the packaging. So Mystery Lace Club members quite often get Ferrero Rochers as part of their chocolate treats. Ferrero Rochers come in these really cool clear plastic trays. I use them for so many things. Photography, they're great like little clear blocks. They hold things up. Fantastic. Love them to pieces. I'm going to sneeze. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, goodness me. I don't know what's causing that. Sorry about that. I hope the microphone did not deafen anybody. Spanish Chick has reminded everyone that make sure you answer the questions that pop up when you join the Fiberific Fun Zone. If you don't answer the questions, you will not be admitted. It's that simple. We are trying to keep it a good, fun community, so we want yarn crafters in there, not sunglass sellers. If you are found to be just constantly promoting your own business within the group, I'll probably have a word with you, just because, you know, a couple of links here and there is okay, but bombing the group, not okay. Does that make sense? They're the best boxes. Little brittle though. Agreed, they are. Like I have to be really careful. I've already chipped here it is, off one of these. It's missing a little lip. Don't use a magnet near your laptop, like ever. So yeah. All right, we're on to number 2s. We've done I should be careful about that. Pause, rewind. Let's not say it. We've completed the first batch and now we're on to the second batch. Oh my gosh. Wow. The little things that can just come out wrong, or the double entendre. I love the FR boxes, but I use them for making chocolates for the Echo competitions. Okay. They'd be good display boxes, absolutely. And that's probably why Ferrero used them, because they're nice display boxes. There we go. What's the number 3? I don't even know. I can't even answer that question, Kim. I mean, other than that's being a number 3. Oh, guys, I was totally wiped after doing the Big Woolshow. There are so many amazing Australian businesses. I probably supported a few more than I really should have. But I did that silly thing of tired shopping. Do you guys ever do that, where you're really tired and then you just get your phone and just order things? I try really hard never to do that, but I was like, in my brain all day I'd been talking about these amazing businesses, and then I sort of sit down on the couch and have a late lunch, and then I would be all like, okay, I want to quickly get in before I miss out on a thing. Then I'd get in and order that, and then I might have ordered something else. So that was a bit full on. Allegra says, I learned about a few new ones looking at the website. Yeah, that was the thing. Like, the big advantage of the virtual event was the only limitation over the vendors was they had to have a website that could take cash. So whether or not they had an Etsy store or they built their own with their own shopping cart, things like that, that was the only real restriction. They had to have a website with a checkout. That's probably the best way to describe it. And so that meant that we were able to include businesses from WA and Tasmania and things like that may not have considered going to the Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show as well. So I believe there were 75 vendors, which was just phenomenal. It was such a good turnout. Hey Kirby, how you going? Did you answer my question? What was more tiring, the in-person show or the virtual event? I didn't answer that question. I didn't see it, sorry. The in-person show is more tiring, for sure. It is definitely, it's longer for a start. And also the in-person show, I've started with a 2-day drive. So it takes me 2 days of like 12 hours a day driving for me to get to Bendigo. So I get there and I'm already tired. So I arrive on the Wednesday fairly early in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I sort of go into wherever I'm staying and, have a rest, have some dinner, have an early dinner, and then go to sleep. Because then on the Thursday, that's when we set everything up, and then the show runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the catch with Sundays is while you have half a day to set up, you only have like an hour and a half, 2 hours to pack up. So it's a bit tricky to get out in time. And then I go back to the accommodation on Sunday night, have a decent night's sleep, get up early and moving by about 6 or 7 o'clock on the Monday. That means that I get into my first night a bit later than I'd like. But if I try to get up too early, I've tried getting up like at the 4 or 5, which I would normally do for a travel day. If I try doing that on the Monday, I'm exhausted and have to pull over so many times to get out of the car and have a walk or have a 10-minute sleep or something. And I find that I don't actually save any time. So I'm just better off to have an extra hour and a half of sleep. I am a live chat. It's just, I'm looking down, so I'm just missing comments every now and again. Allegra says, having a checkout is fairly important for business. Absolutely. Especially one vending actual items. Agreed. Yes. Look, I've come to the realization that if I can't pay for it then and there, then I'm likely to not purchase it, honestly. Unless I have to, unless I've got no options. I'm likely to just be like, I'm not going to wait for an email back with a quote and all that sort of stuff and then mess around. I don't like that one. So yeah, so I'm likely only to shop with virtual businesses that do a proper checkout anyway. So, are you? Oh, where are we? Plus, she ignores me. I don't ignore you. Bub says I had trouble finding the vendors' shops. Oh, really? They're on the market stall page. That's a shame. I wish you had messaged me. I could have pointed you in the. So if you went to the just the stall holders page, there was all those logos. When you click those logos, it sent you to their virtual page, which was a landing page created by Danielle for every single stall holder, which was phenomenal. But then if you clicked a link there, you could go straight to their website. So that's why we don't have 2-hour chats yet. Oh, it was an amazing event, and I kind of dropped the ball on my end of it, which I probably could have done a lot more promo, especially to you guys, to let you know that what was going on, but I just didn't, and I'll know better for next time. I'm realizing I need a physical, like one of those big whiteboard wall planner things to stick on the wall that lets me, lets me work things out. I've tried using digital planners, and I've tried using diaries. Diaries I don't open, whereas I find that whenever I walk into a room and I spot something, I'm like, oh, that's next week, or oh, that's next month. It's easier. So I've got to organize myself one of those stupid big wall planners that I can play with. My bugbear this week has been dealing with annoying or badly laid out websites while trying to contact shack dealers. Yeah, there's a bit of that going on, isn't there? I mean, admittedly, my website's not the best at its layout, and I probably need to go in and have a good look at that. But shack dealers are few and far between in Australia, I think. Hang on, there we go. What charms are you adding to your markers? So these are literal, I'm going to hold them up a bit closer. So these are my 1, 2, 3, 4 markers. So they're literally a little ring, like a little thing that has got a 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. These are available on my website as just a pack as they are as well, because a lot of sock patterns call for double pointed needles, and they write their instructions of do this until you get to the end of needle 1, and do this till you get to the end of needle 2, and things like that. And if you're working on circulars, you need to put stitch markers in to remind you where everything is. And this is a bit of a, makes it easier for me, so I figured maybe it'll work for other people as well. Work till I get to the end of stitch marker 2's area. And it's like I treat them as the needles. So yeah. Oh, hey Vivian, welcome to the chat. Jackie says, I'm finding a combo is great. Big things on cards and digital for the details. Exactly, Jackie. That's what I plan to do. So, I mean, I definitely plan on working on that. So we'll get there. And then we've also got, so the other thing that goes out in these little packs is you also get 2 small size blinglets. And I realized that I don't have any small blinglets not already packaged up. And that's a bit annoying, pulling apart so many packages, so I don't want to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to pull this forward, is I'm actually going to make some custom colors. So I've got the topaz rings, but I'm out of the topaz beads that I would use. So I'm going to use these pretty purpley coloured beads on the topaz rings. And then I've also got some of the, I think these are the lavender rings. But I've just got this one little container of this really cute bead, and I don't think I can get any more of it. So I'm going to utilise that on there. So they'll all get those as well. So that's it. Daigo's waiting for the ad. Thank you, Daigo. So there's going to be some custom blinglets in this pack. It's not really like, it wasn't intentional, so I haven't really sort of done any blurbing about it, because it was kind of like, today I was digging through to make sure I could do all the things and pulled out all the trays of blinglets that weren't packaged, only to realise that none of them were small. And you don't want like too big a blinglet on your little teeny tiny 2mm needles. So yeah, there's that. I think Spanichick helped you out there, Conchetto. So you can order directly from my website. I ship to the USA. My website is in Australian dollars, so keep that in mind. The US dollar is definitely doing well against the Australian dollar, I might say. I think we're sitting at 1 Australian dollar by 70 US cents. I think that's how it works. Something like that. So you'd have to think about it the other way around for you guys. What used them all up? Me. I just didn't even think about it and just packaged them all. I get in little runs where I just sit here watching. I watch a lot of like YouTube educator content, so to learn how to do all this stuff. And so I have it sort of just running on a screen, and I do this kind of work while I'm doing it, because the work needs to be done. And I want to also watch, you know, my creator content, so that's how I go about doing it. Daigo, welcome to the chat. Thank you for watching the ad. I totally appreciate you going to the effort. I really do appreciate it when you guys go to that effort to watch the ads. I know they're annoying. I know they are. But one thing you can be sure of, YouTube have just brought out this new option for the mid-roll ads, and that you can put one now every 8 minutes. You can pretty well be guaranteed that if mid-roll ads ever appear, or I'm not going to say ever, but if mid-roll ads appear anytime in the near future, it's going to not be from me, because I personally hate mid-roll ads, but I also need to fund this somehow. So it's a tough call. It's a tough balancing act. So I figure if I do an ad at the start, you know you've got an ad at the start, and then you just get to enjoy the content. Hopefully enjoy the content. Like, let me know in the chat, do you find my content enjoyable, like, or boring, or you've got any ideas of videos you want me to make? Throw those in the comments or in the chat as well. Probably in the comments is better for those. Come back later and watch it again and pop it in the comments, because it stays there longer and easier for me to find. Bub says, I was busy watching the live stream, and then at night I couldn't remember or find them. Oh, okay, I understand. Yep. You couldn't find the companies that I was talking to in the streams. All right, I get that. I understand. Well, I think at the moment, if you go to the Big Woolshow's website, don't know if all of the vendors are still there. I think the list of sponsors is definitely still there. I think there's more than just the sponsors. I think that's I don't like that one either. got an issue, and I can't tell if it's the light. I'm going to have to take some of these outside and check them against sunlight. Some of them look like they've got burnishing on them, which, I mean, it won't make any difference. They feel smooth, but I don't know if it's just shadows from in here, because it's actually fairly dark in here, or if it's an actual problem. If you use 9-inch circulars, I recommend getting 3. You can do both socks at the same time on each one, and then when you get to the toes, use the 3rd for decreasing. I mean, that works, Kim. I personally just didn't, but I did end up needing double pointeds for the toes. So yeah, because when you're grafting, you need to hold the 2 needles together, and you can't do that with the 9-inch circs. They're just too short. You sleep for a week, Jackie Doyle? No, I come back each week so you can put me to sleep. Oh, okay. I mean, yay. Kerry says, yeah, I'd find it annoying watching replays getting ads every 8 minutes. Absolutely. Lauren finds it enjoyable. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. US Gribble says, interested how you use these stitch markers with Magic Loop. It sounds like that's how you use them, but then how do they not fall in the Magic Loop part? Hope that makes sense. It does make sense. The reality is they sometimes do fall into the Magic Loop part. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Magic Loop, but this is more so that when you get to a certain number of stitches, you know to change to the instructions of like needle 2 or needle 3. So if you are using Magic Loop, one of them may fall into the Magic Loop part and it'll come back when you pull the loop through. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I hope it does. So yeah. Where are we at? Oh, and hi, and welcome to the chat as well. There we go. We're nearly finished this pile of 2s. We're on to the 3s. Should we have a break from these and actually put some of the beads on the blinglets? Or should we just keep going and get them done? Your call, guys, in the chat. So let me know what you think. Move on and do a couple of blinglets for a little while. Or continue on to the next pile. Freaky Geek says hello to everybody showing up. Hello, everybody. So now that we're in the middle, we're about in the middle of our live stream. One thing I wanted to say is that the Fiberific YouTube channel is creeping ever closer to that magic 5,000 subscriber number. For those of you that may already know this, when we hit 5,000, I'm going to set a date for a dye-along session where we actually dye yarn together. So I will be making little packs to put together with some undyed yarn and the kind of removable, what's the word for those things? Cable ties, removable cable ties. If you're in Australia, I'll also send you some citric acid. If you're not in Australia, I'm sorry. I'm not going to risk shipping internationally with little baggies of white crystals. You'll just need to pick up your citric acid locally. And then I'll also be putting together a little list of what you're going to need. So because we're going to use food coloring or food grade dyes, you can totally use anything in your kitchen to dye. You don't need special pans, you don't need special pots. And then we're going to definitely get together. I'm going to be dyeing with food coloring as well. We're going to set it up over the dye pans, just like we would normally do for a dye stream. But we can do it together. You guys can have your phones or your iPads, whatever, set up next to your kitchen, and we can do it together. And you can ask questions and get advice and all that sort of stuff. So it'll be fun. But we are going to hit 5,000 subscribers before we do it. At this stage, with the level of growth that we're having, according to Social Blade, we should hit the 5,000 subscribers sometime in December. So if you want to do this before December, you need to talk to your yarn-loving friends and get them to subscribe to the channel and go from there. Having the hard conversation said, I purchased quite a bit at the wool show, I went slightly mad. You and me both. You and me both. Concerto says, thanks everyone. I was too slow. All kits on back order, I believe. Concerto, all the kits were always on back order. So I'm actually in the processes now of putting them together. So if you want one, jump in now because I'm still taking orders for the second batch that got dyed up on Tuesday. So if you wanted a kit, jump in. Leanne says, I've been watching and doing other stuff, listening continuously, now sitting with tea. Speaking of tea, might be time for me to have a sip. Oh dear. That's right. So basically, I currently have enough yarn already dyed up. It's all dyed. It's just hanging, waiting for me to skein into the mini skeins, and all the greys are just waiting for me to twist them and package these things up, and then they're ready to go. So it's just a little bit more time, but the back order's not that long away. So jump in if you want it. So did we work out if I was going to keep going with these and change over to the number 3s, or if I was going to go onto Blinglets? Where am I? I've just scrolled back a little because I'm just trying to work out what's going on. Lit Spin Girl says, the only issue I have with ads on your channel is that they start when you go live, so I missed the first part, however long the ad goes for. I'd happily watch ads while I wait for the live stream to start. So I tend to let my little yellow screen of boring with the bouncy music go for a couple of minutes. So you don't have to watch the whole ad, you just need to watch sort of the first, I'm going to say 30-ish seconds. There's no hard and fast rule. And so, yeah, go from there. Heidi says, Blinglets, I've never watched you do them. Dizzy said I had to stay offline for the wool show. I would have spent the baby budget otherwise. Yeah, that's a good point. Leanne says, I'm looking forward to dyeing yarn with your guidance. Awesome, Leanne. We're going to have so much fun. Honestly, it's going to be so much fun. Look, a couple of people have said Blinglet, so, I mean, I want to do something a bit different. So let's just push these guys just a little out of the way. I'm going to get them done. They'll get done today. 2s are done. 1s and 2s. I'll put 1. Get over there. All right. Blinglets. So this is just one of the steps of Blinglets, all right, guys? So what happens is we've got these little tiny jump rings. These are little copper jump rings that are anodized copper that have been coated. And then after they get joined like this, these ones don't get glued, but these ones will get glued with jeweler's cement, so the bead sits over the top of the joint so that they do not catch your yarn. So yeah. Fran says, I will need to book the day off work for that group dye session. Yeah, like we'll definitely have it pre-planned and organised, and you'll have plenty of notice. There'll be a good few weeks notice to get it done. So there we go. This is such a pretty colour. They're so tiny though. I'll bring it up, you know, to work with. So playground duty for Dizzy. Dizzy is a teacher, so she's got to go and do stuff. That's such a pretty colour. Okay, so see how some of these are dodged, like they come like that, and I pay for that. That annoys me. I pay for that. All right, let's get these now. So these are tiny and weeny. These are the small sized Blinglets, and they will be perfect for our socks. So what happens is then I glue that over the join, which I don't know if you can see it, but that gets glued over the join, and so they don't snag on your knitting, so they're great. But I won't glue them yet because I'll do them in a big old batch of stinky jeweler's cement glue outside in the fresh air, where hopefully they won't affect my lungs too much. I'm hoping at the moment, my fingers are crossed, But my lungs are a bit better than they were last time I tried to make Blinglet. So poor old Kim, Spanner chick, came to the rescue and glued up literally thousands of Blinglets for me, which I hope never to have to ask her to do again because it felt horrible not being able to do my job. But she was a champion and just did them all. Where are we? I'm just checking because you guys chat to each other as well, so I just make sure I don't want to read out a private conversation. Spanner Chick says you should do a special Zoom die with the Patreons so they can actually talk to you. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Any Patreons who jump in and join up will totally get a special Zoom die session so that we can do it. I don't know how Zoom will work with being over the top of my die pots or not. I'll work out a way, even if I use an unlisted live stream so that we can have a usual setup, but only the Patreon members can see that one. So, you know, we'll have to test some tech out, guys. We'll have to test some tech out. But I think that's a legitimate and fair advantage for those guys. It's not going to say the live stream will definitely happen with the die-along, so everyone can die together. But if you're a Patreon member, you'll get access to a second event where we can all show our dying at the same time. So that can be a special bonus for Patreons, because my Patreons, those of you that are Patreons here, are phenomenal, because one of the perks that you get, one of the few perks that you actually get, is you get to see my pre-recorded stuff early. I'm not sure if any of you have noticed, but there hasn't been that much pre-recorded stuff lately. So, yeah. It is definitely one of those. It'll be a perk. We'll get it up there. Spanner Chick says it's hardly a private convo if it's on YouTube. Yeah, but if it's unlisted on YouTube, then it means that I can have my double camera set up, because I don't think I can do that for Zoom. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It would be unlisted, and it would not be made listed. Does that make sense? I'll work out a way. That's just an option. I've got to work out a way so that I can have two cameras and do it properly. Make it cool. Oh, buy camera. Speaking of cameras. Fiberific has a Discord server too. Fiberific does have a Discord server. I have to confess, I haven't even been in it in a very long time. I should probably do that and double check that everything's going okay. I do spread myself a little thin with all the different socials and tools that I use, and sometimes I forget I've got them. Perk. We're supposed to get perks. Yeah, sorry. Now, those of you that are Mystery Lace Club members, I hope you've checked your emails. I sent out an email earlier this week. Yeah, there's a Twitch channel as well. Yeah, we built the Twitch channel when YouTube stopped me from live streaming because apparently I did something naughty. Still don't know what I did. And they gave me back my live streaming before the 90 days was up. So, yeah. There is a way to Discord stuff in association with Patreon. Yep, there is. And there's also lots of cool tools that I just haven't used yet. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. That makes sense, Spanner Check. You could advise, if you could please advise where that kit. The kit's not available yet. So as we get closer to the 5,000, like if you're talking about the kit for the live die-along, that is not up yet, and it won't be up until we get a bit closer. We're currently at about 4,100, 4,200, around there somewhere. So once we get closer to that 5,000 mark, sort of around the 4,800, 4,900, then I will start listing the kits, and then they can go out, and then I can check the postage, make sure everyone's got their kits, and then I can set a date. But if you're talking about the sock kits, there's a link there for that. So we're getting there. These are tiny. I think I need to see my optometrist, actually. Last time I was at the optometrist, because I have got long distance vision problems, but they did notice that I was starting to get a little bit with the short distancey, but it wasn't worth getting glasses yet. I have a feeling it might be worth me getting glasses. So yeah, that will be one of those, oh, you're over 40 and your body's falling apart moments. US Scribbles got it. Awesome. Leslie Grant got her rainbow sock order in. Fantastic, Leslie. So we've got lots of orders. We've also had a Chow Gu order arrive late yesterday afternoon, which I need to go through. That won't have the stuff people back ordered over the weekend. That's got all the previous back order stuff. So I've got to put in another Chow Gu order after this one goes through to double check. And then we're catching up, everybody. We're catching up. We had a massive weekend of amazingness. Talked to so many phenomenal businesses. And just, yeah, I've got, coming up, I've got a sample of 100% Australian wool that's been processed all in Australia. It's been scoured and spun and everything in Australia. G'day, Cakes by Chopper. How you going? Please make those glasses be something extremely exuberant. But they probably will be. Actually, do you know what? I don't know if they will. I'm really boring when it comes to my glasses. I realised the other day, I've got a shape I like to get. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, those black plain ones will do. Because like these are my current glasses for driving, right? So, but on, you can barely see any colour. They've got orange on the inside, but you can barely see it. They're all just black. So I'm very boring, but I will. I'll try to have a bit more fun with my readers. So, you know. Where are we? You could make her some polymer clay things to stick to the frames. No, I don't want anything like that. I don't. I mean, I might go a crazier colour or a cool shape, but I don't know about sticking things to the frames, Spanner Chick. Even my glasses are funkier than that. Yeah, I am super functional, guys. Like, everything has to just be super functional. I live in t-shirts and jeans and, like, slides and, you know, and everything just is super functional. I don't really go for the out there stuff. Jackie says that Cakes by Chopper has to come by the Zoom again. We miss you, Chopper. Nothing wrong with plain glasses. They go with everything. Unless your wardrobe is a particular palette, going wild for glasses can be sometimes awkward. Yes. So the thing I noticed is, because you guys, as some of you know, I change my hair color pretty often, right? I'm not married to a color. I mean, at the moment it's 3 or 4 different colors. But I'm not married to a color. And so I used to get red glasses. But then when I started dyeing my hair more purple, my red glasses started looking daggy. So I stopped getting red glasses. That was like such a little old lady thing. Cakes by Chopper said I should. I also missed the notifications. Yeah, Chopper, I noticed that the other day. I missed a notification of your premiere of your new amazing Martian cake. He was adorable. You guys, if you do any kind of cake decorating or just interested in cool construction, you definitely need to check out Cakes by Chopper. He makes the best cakes. And they're like cool, just cool images, and oh, they're great. I love them so much. Cakes by Chopper also had to resub the channel. What's up with that, YouTube? What? That's rude. That's the thing. That is rude. And that happens. They do this thing where they think, oh, you don't really want to be subbed to that channel? Fine. Yeah. No worries. I will remove that for you when they do their purge. I mean, normally it is just the sub farms and things like that get taken, but every now and again. Spanatic says you don't change hair color much compared to me. That is true. That is true. I feel my glasses are an extension of my personality. My current ones are blue and green. Oh, I like. Yeah, and like that's the thing with glasses. They have to suit you. If you've got the option, they need to suit you. Sometimes you just don't have an option, which is fair enough, and you just get whatever works. And I'm in the whatever works camp. I'm just like, oh yeah, they'll do. They don't fall off my face. Awesome, done. I should probably take more time and make more effort to make them pretty. And I should probably make an appointment at the optometrist. We'll just add that to my list of things to do. I need to go to the optometrist and to the hairdresser. And I need to go to the store to buy my daughter a new flute book. And what else do I have to do? I've got so many things. I need to go and buy a coffee machine. Oh my God, how did I nearly forget about that? Coffee machine, here it comes. You guys have listened to me complain and whinge about my coffee machine for so long. I'm nearly tempted to try and just like do a live while I'm there, like on Instagram or something. Oh no, be down, be down. Oh, look, there are advantages to big tummies. Cakes by Chopper is just here to push my limits. Absolutely. Whenever I'm down at VidCon in Melbourne, Chopper always helps me to do something that I've been scared to do. And it's amazing because I'm quite nervous around people, like human people, like internet people I'm cool with. But when I'm like got actual humans near me, I'm not comfortable. And especially when I feel, what's the word, Chopper? Like I feel, I don't know, there's a word for it when I don't feel like I should be in the room. Anyway, Chopper makes me get out of myself a little bit and just enjoy hanging out with different people and doing different. I did karaoke with Chopper. Like that was so cool. I mean, I sat in the corner quietly while everybody else sort of did karaoke, but I did sing. They just couldn't hear me because there were so many people singing. Spanish says imposter syndrome. Yeah, I got a serious case of that. Like finding you a roommate. Yeah. Chopper didn't find me a roommate, but it turns out that our roommate and Chopper are like best mates, so that was convenient. Oh man, I can't. There we go. That needs to get done a little bit more. There we go. We had a blast. We did have a blast. I really hope VidCon comes back to Australia when all this stuff is done and dusted. I had such an amazing time. Spanish says, and now everyone knows I'm a bot. I'm not a real person, and that's why you're okay with me. That's exactly right. Box Elf has made it. Oh, goodness. I need to have a drink of tea. Hang on. Wow. Sorry, guys. I may have pushed my throat to its limits on the weekend. Just give me 1 second. Oh, that's better. All right. Sorry if that microphone in your ears just like killed yous. But talking for 4 hours live streaming for 4 days in a row does have a price. Even with drinking litres and litres of licorice root tea, it's still not the best. Where are we? Don't forget to thumbs up for our lovely host. Thank you, Daigo. Yes, please. We've got 60 viewers and only 30 thumbs up, so someone's not enjoying themselves. Chopper's waiting for 12, and then he's cracking a cider. His work for today is done. Awesome. That's awesome. And Chopper, that Martian cake was amazing, by the way, because Marvin the Martian is one of my favorite cartoon characters from when I was a kid. Yeah, I did 4 hours each day for 4 days is what I did for the Big Woolshow. I live streamed for them, interviewing guests. I think we had 14 different guests, but some of them came back multiple times. Liz Brims hit the like. Thank you, Liz Brims, for smashing that like button. I appreciate that. Hey, Vicky Corrigan. Look, lol, all good. I'm casting to the TV. Oh, geez, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not the biggest fan of you guys casting me to your TVs. It stresses me out. Oh, thanks, Chopper. Y'all aren't ready for what I'm busting out. Oh, have you got any video on its way? Oh my gosh. Hey, and the other thing I want to say, Chopper, just quietly and on the side, is that video that you and Dami Lou did with the isolation song. Oh, do you know what? That's just a bodge one. I'm going to retrieve the bead and ditch that. That isolation song that you guys did was fantastic. I love it. Vivian says I can't thumbs up because I'm spinning. But how did you comment if you're spinning? Oh, you're on my TV, but it's really just your hands. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, that's great. I'm okay with that. As long as you guys can deal with my dirty dye hands, because there's dye all over my fingers. I've been dyeing so many colours. The 14 colours that are in the new rainbow sock kit will soon be available for pre-order on 100 gram skeins and in a mega mini pack. So keep an eye out for the mega mini pack. It'll have all 14 colours in 25 gram skeins. So the mini pack with the sock kit has the 14 colours with 5 gram skeins. So keep your eyes peeled for those. They will only come out on pre-order and they'll be made to order. So I'll make sure that is on there. So don't panic if you see it on back order. That just means that I'll only do it if anyone wants one. That makes sense. The whole new world wave. That was fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And Dami Lou just did it fantastically. I just was laughing and loving it the whole time through. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go and check out Dami Lou, DAMIELOU, and she did a COVID version of a whole new world. It was hilarious. It was great. Pippin says, stop it. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop making the rainbows available in all the pretties. Like, seriously, how nice were those colours? The second I saw them, I was just like, oh my God. I need to see, even the rainbow on the other sock kit, I did not make them available, or not all of the colours were not available in 100 gram skeins. A couple of them were, but not many. And I did not make any mini packs, but this one, I think I said something last week somewhere, and it was just like, I thought that I couldn't do better than my last rainbow that I did for that first sock set. But because I was kind of forced to redo one on the new base, I had to have a go, and it came out so much better, and I'm so much happier with it, honestly. I'm curious, what are you clamping? Okay, so Chopper, when we knit, we use stitch markers to mark when we have to change doing something. So, you know, if you're doing cables or something like that. And so what I'm doing is got jump rings. These ones are tiny, so it's really hard for you to see. I'll bring it close to the screen. So what I do is I open the jump ring, and then I slide on one of these Magatama beads. Then I close the jump ring. I'm going to have to pull it close to my face, sorry. I'm blind now because I'm getting old. Close the jump ring. And then later on, I'll glue that bead over the join using jeweler's cement so that it can't snag on your knitting. And then they make beautiful little things. And you know what? I really like this bead color with this jump ring. Like, check that out. It's not autofocus. Sorry guys, I set it to not autofocus, but those colors are so pretty. Autofocus annoys me because while it's handy, it constantly does that thing where it's trying to refocus on the wrong things, and it bugs me. So I don't use it very often. You should be doing pink ones. Why should I be doing pink ones? I've nearly finished this pile, and I'll do the other ones in a second. I should probably count how many I've got. Yeah, I want those blinglets. Kerry, these are a special custom. They've got nothing to do with the fact that I didn't have any others. Color blinglets that are going out with the rainbow sock kits. So they'll get either 2 of these ones or 2 of the topaz with these pinkish beads, which the camera does not do them any justice whatsoever. They're beautiful beads. I love them so much. I am a bead tragic. Hi, my name is Chantel, and I'm a bead addict. And I specifically only like Miyuki Magatama beads because you very rarely have a problem. They're normally very uniform in shape. They normally all have a hole. I bought beads before that were, I don't know what brand they were. They were check beads or something, I don't know. And half of them didn't have holes. They're the teardrop, or these are the teardrop ones. So they are like, I don't know. I'll get some photos. Actually, if you check out Blinglets on the website, the photos I've got there are pretty cool. So, yeah. But what I'll do is, you know, we'll see how many of these I've got, and we may be able to make a pack or 2 up as well, or we might just keep them for the kits. I don't know. I'll decide later. I haven't decided. I don't know. So yeah, these are the Magatama beads. And they are the, I think, Magatama 4 mil. So they're, I think that's how the best way to describe them. No, 4s, yeah. They're 4 millimeter teardrop beads. And they're really cute, and they look amazing in your knitting as well. They sit beautifully. Is that one going to close? Yeah. You got to make sure when you're working with jump rings that they close up properly, and you actually twist them to open. You don't pull them apart, if that makes sense. You don't like pry them that way because they ruin. You have to slide it one way. Yes, I've had seed or glass beads that had no holes in them, and they're broken half if they did have a hole. Yeah, that's the thing, Freaky Geek. Like I say, with like knitting and crochet tools, like, and lots of things really, bamboo, not all seed beads are created equally. The pink ones are more like seed beads. No, these are all Magatamas. These are all the same shape. I only use Magatamas on the blinglets. I like the sort of teardroppy kind of effect you get. I don't know why I started using the Magatamas. I just liked them and went, they'll do. I like them a lot. I will use them. And so that's what I did. And so, you know, I've got lots of these to get made today. So if you guys are interested in hanging out and keeping me company while I'm working, I'm happy to stream just a little bit longer than usual today. My voice may go in and out because it's not a happy camper this week. So as long as you can bear with, I can hang out. I've got to get all these things done. Maybe not all on camera though. Oh, the ones you have left over. Yes, yes. The peony pink ones. There's a zillion of those. So yeah. So why aren't you using the heat pink ones yet? Because they're the wrong shape. They're not Magatamas. They're just seed beads. Which seed beads are fantastic, but they're not my Blinglet beads. And even though I'm making sort of little custom ones, they still need to be Blinglets. So to be a Blinglet, they need the beautiful coloured jump ring and the Magatama beads. Was they a happy accidental purchase? No, I was looking, I went into a bead store, a local bead store, and I was looking at the different bead shapes and the different bead colours and things. And there was just something about the Miyuki Magatamas that just really attracted me. And I think it was like the shape and the amazing range of colours available. And so I just sort of went for it, really. And now I don't even know how many colours in Blinglets I do. I think it's something like 20 different colours in Blinglets across 3 different sizes, so small, mediums and large. I don't have all the colours available in all the sizes. what size are the jump rings? I can't remember off the top of my head. These ones are they fit up to the 3.5mm needles. I'd have to look at some packaging to work out what size jump rings I've bought, to be honest. I'm sorry. I don't know off the top of my head. And I kind of buy bulk every couple of years and just buy tons. And then sit down and go hard. Now I do need to make sure I keep one of these beads in here so that I know what that number bead is. So when I reorder, because I want to try and reorder these. These are cute. Come back, little beads, back in the pile. I thought I was going to run out of rings before I ran out of beads, but it's not to be so. No, these are definitely not 8mm. 8mm would be much bigger. These would be around... Oh, maybe they are 8. Hang on. I don't know. I'd have to have a look. I'd have to check paperwork because I just don't know off the top of my head. And then there's different gauge wires, so different thicknesses of these wires as well. So you've just got to make sure that whatever you're getting works for the beads that you have. Because too thick a wire and you won't get it through. Too thin a wire and they won't be strong enough. Because the people that make jump rings make them for all different purposes. Let me read in the chat here. I'm back from the kitchen, fed the camp doughy fruit cake with hot custard for Smoko. I'd take a piece of doughy fruit cake with hot custard. It's pretty cool here today. Oh, there we go. There's a bodgy one. There we go. Get that closed up. You have kept me company while I baked bread. Thank you. I have finished all my Big Woolshow orders, so it's time to look after my neglected house and family. Look, I definitely get that, Rose Hip Island, and I'm glad you had a good Big Woolshow. I am still neglecting my family. You know, if I'm being truthful. I imagine it would be challenging. People would want to touch all the things. It could be, yes. Yeah, Bub, we all want that for Smoko. Chopper has 3 cakes sitting on the bench. Oh my gosh, Chopper. Oh, I actually don't know if I've got anything for morning tea. Because I try to be good when I'm grocery shopping and not buy morning tea-ish kind of things. And then I want morning tea-ish things at morning tea. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Abby wanted afternoon tea at the shops yesterday, so I made her a deal. If she went and picked up a jar of coffee, she could also pick up some biscuits. I've got Tim Tams. I've got the big double tray pack of Tim Tams. Yes. Yes, Rebecca, I just said before that we're going to go over a little bit today while I get some of these jobs done. You don't have to hang around if you don't feel like it. I totally get it. That not everyone has the time to sit and watch, but you know, if you do, I'd love the company while I continue on getting all this work done so that I can start shipping these orders out to the amazing customers who have pre-ordered. You could have had Costco filled donuts. I could have, yes. Because today was going to be a dice stream, Kim was getting ready to come over. And she was going to be bringing amazing evil treats because that's what Kim does. We've got this tray is done. What I might do is I'll get a photo of that and pop it up on Instagram later on. Okay, so yeah, so sorry for the noise. I want that tray. But then because we realised yesterday afternoon, as I finished all the dyeing, that I may have dyed all the yarn I had. Now I'm desperately waiting on orders. Oops, that's harder to get out of the bag than I anticipated. Well, I might just quickly do one as a test one and see if I'm happy with these 2 colours together. I think they'll work, but I just want to double check. Oh yeah, they work. Totes work. A little bit different, but I like. They work. Okay, sorry, back to the chat. Yes, I could have had coconut custard filled donuts, and it would have been evil and like delicious. But I had to cancel doing a live dye session today because I'm out of yarn. I've got yarn that I've been waiting on for the UK for weeks, and I noticed there's movement on that, so fingers are crossed. Apparently I should have it by next week. I've got yarn coming up, some beautiful new 8-ply that I got during the Big Wool sale. I'm trialling an Australian processed and milled and farmed 8-ply, which I can't wait for. That's been shipped, so come on Australia Post. And I've also got some beautiful Pegasus on its way. I've got just 4 kilos coming to get me through until my big batch can arrive. So all the yarn's coming, guys. And then, yeah, it's all happening. You're having a yarn now. Oh, Chopper, burn. That was, I don't even know how to describe that. Can someone else describe that? Stop talking food. I had a strength training session this morning, and every muscle, even mushies on toast for brekkie hasn't filled me up. No, I'm sure it hasn't. Not after strength training. Your body will have burnt all your energy. Gosh, that's full on. Daigo has cheesecake. Share, Daigo, share. That's all I can say. Puntastic. Oh my gosh. Oh, come back, bead. Ha ha ha. Fat tummy win. Am I the only person who like catches things at edges of benches with their body? Is anybody else having issues with the focus? Maybe not. I'm on my old webcam, guys. Do you remember the one that like was glitching out hard over the dye pans? Because my good Brio webcam would not start today. It was all set up and I'm trying to get it to work and it would not work. So you may not be having problems with it as so much as I'm having problems with it. Does that make sense? So I'm very sorry about that. Banfier is about to put sausage rolls in the oven for lunch. Getting hungry. Yeah, it's getting that time of the day, isn't it? It's 11:30 for me here. It's nearly lunchtime. Chopper's nearly ready to crack open a cider. Is there a reason why you're waiting till midday, out of curiosity, Chopper? I mean, if I'm like end of work day and it's 11:30, I'm not going to wait till 12. I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Pippin's off to bed. Good night, Pippin. Oh, camera's out. Hang on a second. There we go. It's going to come back on. Our cafe here at work, reopened this week, are going to be very hard to resist the delicious hot chips and chicken salt. That is a very tough thing to resist, honestly, especially on fresh bakery bread. Is that an Aussie thing? Actually, now that I think about it, is that an Aussie thing, like chip sandwiches? Like getting hot chips, not fries, but proper chips, like thick cut chips, and then having them on fresh bread with like barbecue sauce or tomato sauce or something. So yeah, you know what? My mouth is watering now, you guys. It's not fair. I had very boring marmalade toast for breakfast. Mum said you should never drink before midday. At events, I get away with it because I don't actually stop. Okay. You can't argue with your mum. That's how it is. You just can't argue with your mum. Oh, geez. All right, hang on. Get that on there. I don't know which ones I like the best. I like them both. I think I like these ones the best. Jackie says chip buddies are very English. Okay, all right. I think it's an English thing. Yeah, no, it's English. I don't get turned away. I'll get chips called poutine. What's poutine? I've heard that before. It's midday in New Zealand. It's after midday in New Zealand, you guys. Like, it's well after. Hey, Jai, welcome to the chat. I'm so very grateful for all you did over. Oh, thank you. I had a very good time working over the weekend, and just I got to talk to some really amazing people that I've never talked to before. I think Chopper would have been really proud of me, actually. Yeah, so I got to talk to some phenomenal industry people who are like some amazing mills. And oh my God, Indie Road magazine, you guys. If you can, you need to go and grab a subscription for that. I am in love with Indie Road magazine. So I just think it's beautiful. It's like an amazing, and it's an Australian publication. And we just don't have that many. Like for me as a yarn crafter in Queensland, I basically went into Eve Press and I would have to get them ordered in. Poutine is chips, the gravy, and soft cheese curds. I'm not a big loaded chips fan, you know. I don't like to have to eat my chips with a fork because I'm a heathen and I like to use my fingers. But it does sound nice. I definitely would try it, but don't know if it would be a regular thing. Do you know what I mean? It's chips and gravy and cheese. Yeah, it's Canadian. The bigger they are, Sally, the more filling. Did Sally say something about chips? I missed it. I missed what Sally said about chips. Oh, okay. Oh, they seem really big, yes. Well, it looks like a full meal, not a side, from what I've seen. So, yeah, that would be a meal. When I was a kid, there was this takeaway shop called P&C Chicken. And they used to do these amazing chips with chicken gravy. And because they were like a barbecue chicken specialist. It's all they did was barbecue chicken burgers, whole barbecue chickens, and chips, and roast veggies. And they did this thing where you could get these, you know, those silver foil lined bags? They'd fill those up with fries, they were more fries than chips, and then just glob in a pile of their thick chicken gravy. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think I need to go and see if they still exist. Kerry says I prefer a loaded spud. I like a loaded spud. Loaded spuds basically get me through Bendigo. I don't know if that'll straighten up. Let me have a look. Nope, dead. Bye, little thing. Bye, dead thing. My kids always put sauce on the chips because they knew I would need it. Yeah, I don't eat tomato sauce because I'm not a real Aussie. So whenever my daughter wants something and she doesn't want to share it, she just covers it in tomato sauce. But I like barbecue sauce. Okay, we need to stop talking about chips now. No, we don't. We're going to keep talking about chips. Do it. Go and get chips. Oh, we're the worst, aren't we? We're absolutely the worst, all of us. We're just like terrible people. Where are we? Oh, you put salt and pepper on your chips. I don't think I've had pepper on pumpkin chips. Cakes by Chopper says Henny Penny was our go-to as kids. The charcoal chicken made flood, mud, and driftwood. Then that became the go-to chips and gravy. Oh, okay. Yes. Look, there was a charcoal chicken near where I was in Hornsby, and that was amazing. But yeah, as a kid, and because I have kid memories, you know what kid memories are like, everybody. They're like, it was way better in your memory than in reality. But the kid memory of the P&C chicken, and nothing's been able to sort of meet up to it. You like to dip your chips in mayo. We are not evil, Heidi. We're a little on the less good scale, but maybe not quite evil. Oh, Henny Penny and chicken salt. Yes. Chips have got to have chicken salt. Chicken salt. Now, is that an Aussie thing or is that from somewhere else as well? Bamfia is talking about dinner. Her daughter's doing steak, chips, and gravy. Nice. Oh, your grandparents lived in Hornsby. I lived in Hornsby for a few years. Back in 2000, I was transferred because I worked in IT, and I was transferred to head office for the Y2K. Ooh, Y2K. And yeah, so I was down in Hornsby from mid-99 through to 2003, I think. I stuck around afterwards. Got married and stuff. In our village, it was a majestic cafe. Yeah. Like, see, this is the thing. Everyone's got those fond memories of the special place they went to for sneaky good food. Freaky Geek says, so I started out dashing every type of vinegar on the table on everything. Turns out to be maybe not good for the blood, but taste-wise not bad. Hey, look, I don't mind a bit of vinegar on chips every now and again. I've got to be in the mood, though. I've got to be in the mood. Chicken salt. Freaky Geek says supper was 4 hours ago. I'm sorry. Are you getting hungry again because we're talking about food? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the best at not talking about food. I like food. Food's good. I like tea. Tea's good. Does anybody have a favorite flavored tea? Like, as in, like, beverage tea? I'm originally from Newcastle, so nothing beats Henny Penny. Okay. So I used to go up to, I can't remember what it was, but Pie in the Sky. They were great. Their blueberry pie was, oh my God, to die for. And everyone tells me about how good the one down the Gold Coast is, or the one at Yatla Pies. Funny that. Everyone tells me how good Yatla Pies is, and I'm just like, you know what? I haven't actually had a good pie there. Okay, let's have a look here. Red Rose and Pico. Chintami likes Darjeeling. I'm all about that popcorn life. I'll eat the shiz until I vomit. I love popcorn. Oh my God. Did you notice, Chopper, how hard it was to get like just bags of popping corn? Like not the microwave bags, but just the dry bags? I've only been able to get something like, I couldn't get any for like nearly 12 months. There's a lovely tea from Tea Fatalia. And which one from Tea Fatalia do you like? Is it her choc mint slice? Or is and Madam Flavour does a really good choc mint rooibos. Oh, I like a lot of teas. Like, I like tea. Our Coles is stocked. Oh, that's awesome, Chopper. I'm glad it's stocked because I struggled. I bought 2 big bags the other day just to have them in the cupboard because it bugs me. Because I sometimes like to make just popcorn, right? Like just stock to standard, salty, buttery popcorn. But, the big but, sometimes I like to make caramel corn. You can't do that with the microwave popcorn because it's already covered in butter. Caramel corn is so good. I don't make it in big balls. I make it on trays so that everyone can have like a little piece and don't have to have big bits. I think that's important to do so you're not forcing people into like portion sizes. Jasmine tea. Look, do you know, I don't like the smoky teas. I don't know what it is about them, but for some reason I always get stressed out when they're brewing. And the smoky smell really bugs me. I discovered that Coles at Caribbean has teas in their pick and mix section. Wow. Gosh, okay. I might have to check my local Coles' pick and mix. I didn't realise they popped any tea in there. Berry flavoured teas are awesome. I like making like fruit teas into like iced tea. But you guys probably wouldn't like my iced tea because I don't like it sweet. So it's literally in a 2-litre container. There's like 2 tablespoons of sugar or like a good squirt of honey. But other than that, there's no sweetener in it. It's just tea water, as my daughter calls it. That's not iced tea, Mum. That's tea water. caramel corn with peanuts. Oh, how nice is good caramel corn. Cobb's sweet and salty popcorn, can't get enough. I don't know, like, I don't like, you know how some people put icing sugar on their popcorn? I cannot do that. I tried it, don't like it. But I have had chili popcorn, and I really like that. That was cool. I buy huge bags of popping corn the size of a wheat bag. It's really stock food, but it's just popping corn. Really? I wonder if because we go to farm supplies for all the chook food. I wonder if that wouldn't be the same, would it? I mean, it probably is exactly the same, and I've just been drinking the Kool-Aid at Woolies. Madam Flavour had a chocolate orange tea that was amazing. I like chocolate and orange together. Icing sugar and salt, so good. Oh, see, I just did the icing sugar. I didn't put it with the salt. I thought that was like one or the other. I didn't realise it was combined. Maybe I did it wrong. Oh, that would be my luck. I did it wrong. T2 packs a peach is amazing and not overly sweet. Oh, I like. I'll definitely be trying that out. Okay, we've nearly got all these little blinglets done. I hope we've got enough here for everybody. Otherwise, I'll be ringing Kim. Kim, bring me the blinglets. I need the small blinglets because Kim's got some more small ones. But that's a very pretty colour. I don't think you can see it very well. I'll get photos of that on Instagram too, so you can check them out there. All right, let's get these beads back in the bag. Oh, don't you even think about it. And then we might call it a day. What do you guys think? Are you guys bored? Are you bored of me? It's exactly... Oh, no, I dropped a bead on the ground. I hate that. I'm going to have to go rummaging for that later. Like, I've got this many beads in a bag, but I'm still going to go rummaging for one little lonely bead under the table. I'm sad. I know I'm sad. It's the thing, but especially with beads, I just, yeah. If I know there's one down there, it's going to bug me. Okay. I'm going to keep going here for a minute. Hey, idea for next year's Bendigo, a tea store where you can buy tea by weight. I mean, I would talk to Tea for Talia. She's a local tea guru. She has pre-packaged bags of tea, but it's good. I've got another tray. I mean, please don't judge how many Ferrero Rocher trays I have, guys. I mean, like, it's a tray and a lid. Like, that was one packet of Ferrero Rochers. I'm just looking around to make sure you can't see the rest. Does that mean we need to get a few pounds before we show up to get to... Oh, dear. Very, very droll. Freaky, very droll. Dragon Tea is based in Bendigo. But, I mean, if they're based in Bendigo, right, wouldn't they have a store in Bendigo, or are they an online tea vendor? Speaking of tea, I'm going to have a bit more. A bit dry. A bit parched. See, we're trialling out the 2-hour stream unintentionally, but I mean, I wonder if Kim's happy. Sips and judges silently. What are you judging silently? Use the smoky teas for marinating meat. See, for me, I think it's the smoke smell. Some of them, their smoke smell makes me think it's actual smoke, and I've got a real brain thing that happens when I smell smoke, which is why it stresses me out so much when the neighbours have all their fires. Like, they're totally controlled and they're in a big barrel and everything, but yeah. It's because you know you'll find the bead when you've got bare feet. Yes, that's right. And I mean, these aren't sharp. They're very smooth, but, you know, that's still not a fun feeling underfoot. And, you know, these ones are probably easier to see what I'm doing. Much bigger jump rings. These are like these 10 mil jump rings. Hang on, I've got a size written on something. No, I don't. That would have made sense. Anyway, these are much bigger. I think these are about 10 mil jump rings, so the other ones are much smaller. And it sets, yeah, it does. Smoke sets off my asthma. It's one of my triggers, so my brain's probably hypervigilant. I've got one that tastes like creosote. Is that a good thing? Like, to me, that doesn't sound like a good thing. Would smell set you off as well? Yeah. So I'm not alone. I'm not a complete weirdo. Completely. Like, I'm getting there. Oh, wow. I'm so relieved to be getting this task done. Then what we've got left to do is finish winding all the rainbows into their mini skeins. So what happens is the yarn I get is not mini skeined. So some dyers can get their yarn already in packs of mini skeins, but the particular yarn that I'm using for these is not. So what I did was I dyed 100 gram skeins, then I ball the skeins, and then I pop the balls under my skein winder, which is motorized, and program it for the right number of meters, and then I wind off all the little skeins. But compared to a 100-meter skein, there's no walking away from it. You basically start it, wait a few seconds, and then bam, you've got your 20 meters. And so it's just like, oh, okay. Well, it's not quite 20 meters, but I can't remember exactly how much it is. I did the math, I programmed it into the machine, and then I forgot about it. It's 10 degrees for Vampire. Oh my gosh. Knitspin says smoke sets off my hay fever, not drippy nose, I get headaches. Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. So, how many people that are in the chat or watching this very long live replay joined us for the fun that we had over at the Big Woolshow, just out of curiosity? Like, just write me in the chat if you attended the Big Woolshow at any time over the weekend, or if you hit any of the Big Woolshow live streams. And then, if you had a favourite part of the Big Woolshow, I'd love to know what your favourite part of the Big Woolshow was. I loved all the workshopy bits that they did, all the classes. They were great. I really enjoyed those. Lots of you went. That is awesome. And from all over the shop. Can we watch replays of the show? At this stage, I don't believe you can. As far as I'm aware, they were designed just to be up for the show. I'll have to check with the organisers to see what their plans are with all the live streams and stuff. Chopper did not. Kathy says she liked the interviews. US Scribbles didn't know there was a wool show. Oh, US Scribbles, I'm sorry. Jai says listening to Wendy. Wasn't Wendy phenomenal? Wendy Beer runs Beer Sheba Farms, and she was an amazing guest. Then you missed everything. I'm sorry. Jackie liked the live chat interviews. They were a lot of fun, you guys. They were a lot of fun. Got to talk to some full-on amazing people. Seeing the sheep. Oh my God. Yes, we got to see the sheep at both Beer Sheba and at Cloverleaf Corriedale Stud as well. I didn't really follow the Big Wool Show. Fair enough. Would have been nice to find out websites to shop later when I'm richer than poorer. Freaky, you can still check out some of the websites. They are still there, but just remember that they are all in Australia. So I did do an online order from the Bendigo Pottery though. There you go. I shall be putting an order in for Pud for All because they have got evil massive boxes of pudding balls that you can order and have shipped to you. So I won't be buying like a jar. I shall be buying a box. Ha 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 ha. Oh my gosh, yes, a box of pudding balls. I shall put the order in this afternoon. That will make me feel like I'm a Bendigo. Leanne says we meet some wonderful Aussie fibre people. Yes, we did. Some amazing Mills who came in and had a chat. We had Trish and her amazing husband over at Kashmir Connections, and then we also had Nick from the Great Ocean Road Woolen Mills. They were great. They just like their whole, what they like about the yarn. Oh my God, Pudballs. Yes. Yes, they're doing on. You have to email them because they don't have them on their website as far as I recall, but you email them, you can order them. Admittedly, you have to pay the shipping, but it's worth it. Was just testing out posting links from iPad when YouTube is open. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Sally. That it worked for you then. I first need to open a PayPal. Yes, having PayPal is handy, and it's. I think it's quite secure. But I mean, you know, everyone needs to do their own research and do what makes them comfortable. Oh wow, Jai. Jai worked at Bendigo Pottery for a while. That's full on. I'll have to hold on for a bit. All the Pudballs aren't in line with my current aims. Fair enough. Absolutely. Do not put temptation in your way. I, however, shall be purchasing Pudballs because they're my one big treat I normally get at Bendigo. And I think the Turkish Delight place is back online too, by the way. Anyone wondering? Or they're coming back soon or something. I'm not sure. Something happened with their website. So fingers crossed. Because I really want that Turkish Delight from those dudes down there as well. They were fantastic. Oh, Pippin taught you how to do it. That's awesome. I am useless for assistance when it comes to Apple products. I cannot help you. I'm sorry. I can go all in on Android and PC, but when it comes to Apple and iPads and all that stuff, I just go, Abby, how do you do a thing? And she's like, oh, just do this. And you're like, righto. Bob says, I was there listening to you and the live streams and did some classes. The classes are great. Oh, come back here, you. Oh, caught in the hem of my shirt. Ha, ha, ha. You cannot escape. But yeah, you have to message them about the Pudballs. I think they need to get them up on their website. That would be amazing. And then you could just buy them without having to let them know and be all like, oh, hi, I'd like to order 2 cases of Pudballs, please, and feel all judged. Does anybody else feel judged when they have to send an email rather than just put an online order? I always feel judged. How's Abby? Abby's good. Abby's doing really well. She's very happy at the moment. She's doing volleyball and flute and just... She's got roller skates now, just another thing for her to try and kill herself with, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but she's doing really well on them. She hasn't fallen down and broken anything yet, so, you know, that's good. I'm like just waiting for it, honestly. Heather Maid had some awesome stuff. Oh, my God. I've got some yarn coming from Heather Maid that I ordered. Yeah. It's a catering pack. They don't know how they are. They don't know. It's a catering pack. They don't know that they're all for you. I mean, that's true. But they're not all for me. I'm going to share them with Tim because Abby doesn't eat them. So Tim can have like 1 out of a pack of 60. I don't know how many's in the catering pack. How many's in the catering pack? I don't think it's 60. I think it's like 24 or something. I don't know. What is the name of the Turkish Delight, please? It's called Delightful something. Jackie ordered from them. But I don't know if their website's back up or not, so you'd have to check. But it's Delightful something or other. There's a strangled ukulele being played here. Remote learning sucks. Yes, I'm very sorry, but poor old Gamer Widows and other Melbourne and Victorian friends are back in lockdown. So they're back to remote learning for their kids in their little regions. That's got to suck. So yeah. Jackie, can you toss a link up to the Turkish Delight place? Jackie managed to buy some before their website went crashy and has been like hoarding it and telling us all about it. Delightful. Website's still not working. Butt faces. I hate that. Oh, my hands are nearly out of shot. Why didn't you guys say anything? Oh my god. Oh yeah, seeing if their website's back up. I mean, their stuff looked amazing, and I really want some of that lemon Turkish Delight. And what was the other one I liked? I can't remember. There was another one that I really liked the look of. Oh, geez. I don't know why that made me jump so hard. It did, though. And he had a heart attack. All right, I'm going to finish off these threes, and then we're going to call it a day. You have been fantastic, hanging out and keeping me company while I did these tasks. I really super appreciate all of you helping me out and keeping me motivated to get these jobs done. But after talking about food for so long, I need to go and have some lunch. So thank you all for joining the first Fiberific live stream in a few weeks. We'll be back next week, just like usual. I'm going to try and work out what's going on with the webcam so that we can have better top-down footage. I'm very sad about that. I hope the webcam's not dead and it's just something I've done wrong. Who knows? Anyway, it was great to see you all. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like what we do here. Jump on Patreon if you want to get in on the perks. And, you know, them perks, I use that term lightly. I hope you all have fantastic weeks, and I will see you next week. Bye. Hang on, I've got to do a thing first.